Okay.
Welcome back, guys. This is Alex from PTOUnlimited podcast. Welcome back to our pre-show episode for 187.
Know your numbers.
187. Basically, what we do here is sit down and talk about what we're going to talk about on tonight's podcast just a little bit before we actually talk about it. Allows you guys to be able to join in on the conversation, say hi, hello, as well as give us topics to talk about. Let's go ahead and get started.
I got some stuff written down. We've got the Cybertruck to talk about. We do have the movie club, which is this week we watched Coherence. That movie came out in 2013, I believe, or 14, one of the two. IMDb says one, and Hulu said the other. So we watched that this week, so we're going to be talking full spoilers of that movie.
If you want to watch it, it's on Hulu.
It is on Hulu, yes.
I think it's on Prime, too, because I tried to rent it, and when I signed into my Amazon, it didn't charge me, so.
It's independent enough that I figured they would just be like, here, watch this film.
Yeah.
Gotta say, it's an interesting one. Need to talk a little bit about Frozen, not because it came out. Something else came in the news. So,
okay.
yeah, we'll be talking about that. Let me see. Arby's. I do have a couple of things from Arby's in the news. And I think that's all I have, really.
I want to talk about Disney Plus again.
We got Disney Plus.
Disney Plus is on the board.
It's going to be our conversation piece for a minute, I think, because it's new.
Okay, what else is on the board?
Kid proof.
Kid proof. We're gonna. I can't say anything else other than kid proof. I have to keep it small, or else you guys are gonna know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
so
keep it small.
Yes, gotta keep it small.
Gotta keep it kid proof.
Thursday is Thanksgiving.
Thursday is Thanksgiving.
November's over.
Yeah.
November's
over.
over.
Just like boom, and it's gone.
It's gone.
November's kind of been crap,
I imagine
honestly.
December will go like that as well.
Yeah,
Usually
maybe.
does.
Oh,
maybe.
I hope so.
Yeah. Oh, it's still a little too bright on YouTube, it looks like. Yeah.
No, I mean it's fine.
I gotta
on
mess
my
with some of
screen.
the settings.
Okay. Anyways, Brett, what else we get on the board?
Our weekly fan question.
Weekly
which
fan question.
I don't. This one's a hard one for me. Oh, do you want me to say what the question is?
Yeah.
What's something you do that you think is weird?
Yeah. So, all right. So we're going to be discussing what is something you do that you think is weird as the fan topic. And I have this week's fan topic if you guys don't have one.
Okay.
Go. Or do you want to hold it?
I'll hold it.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll hold it. It'll be a surprise.
And I guess something happened in Florida.
Yeah, something actually very funny happened in Florida, and we're going to talk about it. Stuff always happens in Florida, but something that I think is funny, and I think, Brett, I feel like you'd get a kick out of it. So
Some crazy things happen in Florida, and it makes the news.
well, we're going to Florida in February.
Yeah.
I'm scared to go to Florida, actually.
Why? Have you
Just
guys
because
never
of all
been
the...
there?
Josh has never been to
I've
Florida.
never been to Florida.
Really?
Nope.
I haven't
This
been
is
there
good.
since I was 8.
I've been there like 8 times.
I've been there once. I was 8 years old.
Well,
and I was
technically,
at Disney
we're
World.
landing in Miami, and we're going right to Key West.
We're not landing in
That's
Miami.
Florida.
We're not?
No.
Where are we landing?
Fort Lauderdale.
Lauderdale.
That's still in
Lauderdale?
Florida.
Lauderdale.
Lauderdale.
That's Florida.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yes.
We're driving from there to Key West.
Yeah.
But yeah. So, anyways, what else we got?
That's it.
Looks like My Kids meme. Did you guys
Oh
ever see
yeah, I
that?
wrote that.
My
What is
Kids
it?
I have a
meme.
question about memes.
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 That's a good thing because starting next week, we will be starting top items of the decade.
Woo.
So I do believe our first one, we'll just announce that next week, actually.
Yes. Yeah. We'll announce it next week.
No,
Let's announce it next week.
we'll announce it on the podcast.
Fine.
Yeah.
Fine.
Because that's the start next week.
Fine.
So,
Okay.
and then we also have to talk about fantasy and
yes, the
NFL.
NFL.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's going to be a topic until the end of January. So.
No.
Yeah.
End of next month.
Mid-February.
No, fantasy.
Fantasy. Yeah.
Oh,
but
fantasy,
NFL.
but NFL's.
NFL. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think week 14 starts the playoffs. I think.
Dude, 3 months until the XFL.
Yeah, but nobody cares.
I
don't
care.
care.
I want to
Screw me, right? I mean, I was interested in seeing
I
what it's going to
shouldn't
be
say
like.
I don't care. And the reason why I don't care is because by the end of the NFL season, I've had my annual fix for football, and I just don't care.
I think they should do it during the summer instead of in the spring. Like if they would do it,
people a chance to miss it and then come into it.
yeah. Like if there's people that they do a couple. Actually, I don't know how long the season's going to be. They haven't really said anything. So
Yeah, there really hasn't been a whole lot of details announced recently.
No, there hasn't.
There was a bunch when it was announced, like in what 2017, or whenever they announced it.
What?
I was looking at the light.
Oh.
Yeah.
You want to light the candle?
Yeah.
You want to get out of here?
Good.
Yeah, we're good.
We don't
You wanna
have
start
anything
off?
else. We are live on our YouTube channel right now, so thank you guys for joining. Who's watching right now? Stay with us for the next 3 minutes and enjoy a little clip as we're getting ready for our video.
It's just the countdown.
Enjoy our countdown video as we're getting set up for the actual show. You can talk and chat the whole entire time for our episode, and we will be chatting back with you. So we'll see you guys in 3 minutes.
Yep.
Okay.
BRB.
BRB.
Let's say you were 2 years into your relationship and you had to assemble your own flowers.
She wouldn't care.
I don't know. I'm just not that kind of person.
Alex
It's
is
an
happy she
impossible
gets a gift
question
at
to
all.
answer.
Yeah, I am
That's
not
an
a person.
impossible question. I don't know why I asked it.
I'm like, you can't ask me that because I generally don't like receiving. I like giving.
Are there?
Shut the fuck up, Brett.
Oh boy.
Mic drop.
See you later.
Bye.
$1 million, but when you climax,
Oh god.
Oh.
I can't believe we're taking it to this level.
you barf in your mouth.
Yeah, I probably would.
I probably
All right,
would.
ladies, be warned. Brett may puke on you.
He's not getting this offer right now. This is a scenario.
No, this is based on things that will never happen, right?
All right,
Or-
let's
okay.
do it right now.
What?
Let's use this scenario.
Go ahead.
Let's do it right
So Alex and I
now.
watched Black Mirror.
Mhm.
It
We
came
binged
out.
it.
Came
You
out
don't
last.
binge it.
Do you not consider 3 hours binging?
No, I said on the precast, I'm saying it now, to be binge worthy, I think has to be at least 5. Binging is not about length of time, I think it's about number of individual things.
I think it's about a season,
How many episodes is binge watching?
Well,
According
we
to
just asked him.
according to Google.
a survey conducted by Netflix in February 2014, they need
That's
to redo
5
this.
years ago.
They need to redo
Yeah.
this.
Before
Nope.
binging really
This
took
is,
off.
yeah. It says 73% of people define binge watching as watching between 2 to 6 episodes. 2?
2? No.
No.
No. Okay. I think.
This just rendered itself irrelevant.
It did. That was a very dumb.
Throw your phone.
It was very subtle. Throw your phone.
I just got a Charlie horse in my thigh.
Oh shoot! You okay?
You're gonna fart or
Do
something.
you need something?
Hey, where's your Charlie
Just give me
horse?
time. It's on the bottom of this thigh.
Hey, you can do this. Put your foot out. Put your
I
foot
can't.
Out. Do it.
No.
Put your
Oh shoot!
Ah! Put it out. Now flex your foot up, like your toes towards the ceiling. It looks like you're trying to take a shit.
What do you need to
Well, I
do?
don't want it to look like
What do you
that.
want to do?
I'm trying to put my foot over there.
Give me your
Help me. My back's to the camera.
No, you're fine. You're fine. You're okay.
It's
You're okay.
ridiculous.
You're okay. You're
Let's do some
I'm doing some friggin' Christmas trivia. And I couldn't really believe that much snot and mucus could come out through your sinuses.
Oh my gosh, dude. Why would you start with that?
Because that's kind of the topic of the week for
Ditto.
for you two, a little more than me.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
All of us have been sick.
Like, have you ever pulled out so much it literally filled up your mouth?
Brett,
Yep.
I'm gonna throw up.
Been there.
Please don't talk.
Been
about
there,
that.
man. Oh my gosh.
Welcome back
sick.
to the PTOUnlimited podcast. My name is Brett.
I'm Josh.
Alex.
This is episode 187.
What's your go-to salty snack?
Well, it sure ain't mucus.
No, it's not, dude. Disgusting.
Stop.
Get off the mucus. We don't need the
Ew.
mucus anymore. It's no longer a thing.
So I really like pretzel rods, but they got to be the right brand or they're not as good.
What's your brand?
Snyder's.
Oh, you like
Ooh,
Snyder's?
I like
Yeah.
Snyder's.
Why?
Because those pretzel rods, like,
Yeah.
they're like,
They're salt sticks is what they
yeah,
are.
because you suck on them. You suck all the
Oh,
salt
okay,
off.
really?
I
them.
actually chew them and eat them.
I suck all the salt off, then I chew
No,
them.
I don't ever do that.
You guys
Damn,
like
my
pretzels.
mouth is getting really,
You
like,
guys are weird.
watery.
I am not a
What's-
pretzel person.
What I've gotten into recently is cheese crackers. Cheesy crackers.
I love
like
cheese
Munchies.
crackers.
That's the brand, but I think they're done by Frito-Lay.
Yeah, that's Frito-Lay. That's
But
like just
not
a
the
mix.
peanut butter one though. I don't like the peanut butter.
What are you
ones.
talking about? Peanut butter?
You know the crackers. It's like a sandwich with cheese in the middle.
Yeah.
Oh, they're like the Ritz ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's not Ritz.
But it's not Ritz.
Because Ritz is big on the peanut butter. I like the cheese.
My go-to is like baked Cheetos or baked barbecue Lays. Those are my big ones. Like I go towards like the more real, less deep fried stuff.
Yeah.
But the reason why I bring it up is because cheese nips were recalled. A whole bunch of them actually were recalled because
Is that different from Cheez-Its?
yeah, cheese nips apparently
Oh,
is.
cheese nips.
I don't know. Do you want me to show you a photo?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I can show you a photo.
It sounds familiar. Like, I know what Cheez-Its are.
Well, there's those ones that were like better cheddar. Like you could think those were, but
Uh-huh.
let me pull up the article right here. I gotta find it. I can't see that link, but I'm gonna just guess it's that. It's by Nabisco.
Oh,
No.
yeah, cheese nips.
It's a
But-
direct competitor to Cheez-Its.
It's by Nabisco, yeah, and so that got recalled because of plastic pieces
Oh, no.
being found in the bags and boxes and stuff. It was just a pieces of the dough grinder, I believe.
Oh, man. That's
So-
bad.
Plastic is found in the cheese nips. Don't eat your cheese nips, man.
You can eat your Cheez-Its. Don't eat
Yeah,
your cheese
go
nips.
for cheese
I
nips.
also like popcorn too, though.
You
Oh,
too
I
like
really
your
like
popcorn.
popcorn.
Yeah, popcorn.
Like I'm just weird like that, where I'm not a huge on popcorn. I'll go
Okay.
for it maybe, but that's starting a YouTube video on my
like
my
every
phone.
like couple times a week if everything's cool, we have a popcorn machine at work and they'll stick it in the break room and pop popcorn several times a day. And
Yeah.
I can eat a whole bag of popcorn, especially it's like
you
there's
mean
a
like
newer.
a bag of microwave popcorn.
No, like I'm talking like there's these new bags now. This new brand called like Angie's Pop.
Like, is it already popped?
Yes.
Oh, you're talking about the purple bag that we
yes.
had?
I can
You
eat
went through that
I can eat
bag
that
in like
whole
2
bag.
sittings. I don't know how you do it.
I gotta look that
I
up.
don't know, I
Angie's
mean,
popcorn.
Already popcorn is fine, but it's not warm.
No, that's my issue with it too. I mean, I'm not a hater on popcorn
Because
entirely.
there's that
but
white cheddar popcorn that's really good too, but it's not warm.
We had that popcorn at the
Oh, it's called Angie's Boom Chicka Pop popcorn.
Yeah,
Yes.
Boom Chicka
it's
Pop.
almost like gourmet.
It's really good popcorn.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so don't eat your cheese nips that have plastic. It might be a little chewy. You might swallow plastic. I've never really I've never dealt with anything like that where I've had to contact a company with a recall. Have you guys had to ever do that?
Well, I mean, we have recalls at work where we have to pull the item.
But have you ever
Yeah, I
caught
had that.
anything? Like my mom once found a bone in her tuna.
Oh
Ooh.
no,
Yeah.
can't say I have.
I mean, it's not a recall thing, but
What?
in a McDonald's chicken nugget, I saw a baby chicken's foot.
No.
Gross.
No, you didn't.
It was actually McDonald's that you dropped off for me at work when I was having like a really long day and I was dealing with a bunch of emergencies and
And you just ate it.
well, no, I think I was in like I had like 2 minutes to eat and I had like my second nugget and I was like, what the hell is that? And I looked down and spit it out and it was It was a baby
Gross.
chick's foot.
Oh,
And I was like, that's it. I couldn't even eat my French fries. I was like, the day sucks.
No food.
that's
no
rough.
food.
So you can tell our energy level is kind of low. We've all had our illness this week of the winter.
You had a birthday weekend, yet we couldn't do the birthday thing.
Sorry.
Right. None of us could.
Sorry.
Well, it wasn't just you. I thought you were sick too.
I was sick
Well,
too.
he was getting
But I could
better.
I could socialize. I could always socialize.
Yeah, but if you know. might
His
as well just
birthday,
wait
I
at this
actually
point.
left work.
Was that Friday?
Yeah.
That was Friday. Yep.
Yeah. His
That was-
birthday, I left work. Like
Did
I was
they-
pretty much sent
Did
home.
they make you go home?
Well, I was thinking about it, and then they pretty much were like, "You're going home, right?"
Yeah.
Like I couldn't talk, and every time I coughed, it was like.
Oh, Alex had no voice all
I had
weekend.
absolutely no voice. Like this is the best my voice. I've not heard my own voice, so it's weird. I haven't heard my own voice in almost a week.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So like right now you can't hear yourself talk?
No, I'm saying now I can.
Oh, now you can.
So that's why
Okay.
it's weird.
I was like, yeah, you're not yelling or anything in the mic.
No,
You're not talking too
I
quiet.
started to feel like a little icky a week ago today. Like on my stream, I was popping Hall's breezers like every 20 minutes just because my
Right.
throat was kind of dry and itchy. And then Tuesday I went into work and was kind of like, you know, every couple minutes. And then by Wednesday night at work, I only worked a 6-hour shift and my shift ends at 8 and it was 7:15 and I was staring at the clock and it just smacked me in the face and I felt like I had a fever and I had no energy. And I was like, you know what? The walk-in clinic closes at 8. I went over to the manager and I was like, I'm leaving. And she's like, yeah, you're leaving. And so I went to the doctor and sure enough, she's like, so what are your symptoms? I was like, I can't talk.
You did that video for Brett.
Oh yeah, I did.
Of-
don't know what name
What's the character's name?
I don't.
Marty.
Marty
I don't remember.
from Independence Day. Yeah, the
Yeah.
guy with the really gruff voice,
Or
Alex.
raspy
Sounds like
smoker's
he's
voice.
smoked way too many cigarettes. in his
Right.
life.
So Alex was
yeah.
doing that.
I was doing that, but it sounded even worse.
Yeah.
And then I ended up getting diagnosed with strep.
Yep.
And then I got put on like antibiotics and cough medicine, and I took my antibiotics. It was like 2 hours after I was home and trying to sleep. I was puking, and
Yeah.
it was just a bad weekend.
Yeah.
Bad weekend.
Well, antibiotics mess with you a lot differently than they ever did me. Like you get nauseous.
Well, yeah, I have to have food in my belly. And last night was the first time I had a full meal.
Yeah, you devoured. Your,
I was able to taste food and actually eat food without feeling nauseous, and I just devoured my meal last night.
right.
You're hungry.
Yeah. I mean,
I've
if you
lost
don't
like
eat,
I've lost like 4 pounds.
no.
I'm not joking.
Nuh-uh.
I got on the scale today.
Oh wow. I
Yeah.
feel like I gained weight. Like we haven't been working out because this
Yeah.
November's been harsh, and November's over. We have 30 days till Christmas. It's stupid.
Yep.
November's done, and we didn't even like get anything out of it. Like we moved,
Well-
and
Thanksgiving is Thursday,
yeah.
so there's still something to get out of it.
We can talk about Thanksgiving. You planning on seeing family? You already did that. though,
We
didn't
have
you?
my extended family thing, but my parents are. My mom is cooking on Thanksgiving. I gotta work 6 to 3, so I'm gonna head down after that and eat some food.
Oh, you get off before the.
Yeah, I don't have to do the sale this year for
What?
the first time ever.
Oh my God,
Wow.
dude. Well,
Well, first time
working
since
there.
I've worked retail. Yeah.
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 Oh my gosh, dude, that's crazy.
And I'm off Friday, so even residual stuff. left over.
Wow.
You got lucky
So,
this
but you
year.
know what you guys are doing Friday while I'm working?
Oh, we're cooking. Yeah.
You
Cooking
guys are cooking.
Friendsgiving.
Yep.
Yeah,
We picked up our taters, by the way.
we did.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I don't have a mixer.
Bull crap! I used your mixer.
No, I had one, but I think between the moves and
Yeah, he left
stuff, I think it was thrown out.
Well,
it. Yeah.
Not
I
by
know
me.
people that have a mixer.
Well,
I'm not
they're
gonna
like
go.
$10.
I'm not buying one. It's on my Christmas list.
Oh my gosh,
I have
Alex.
a legit
Go
one
out
that's
and
really
buy one.
no.
You
It's
could-
really nice.
You could use a hand masher.
No. Well, I mean, I have one, so I'll start with that. But to do the nice mixer,
So,
like, yeah, I want to do an
I
electric
have
mixer.
Yeah.
did we discuss noodles? I was gonna do
Yeah,
that
you were gonna
too.
make noodles.
Okay.
Yeah.
Noodles.
I gotta test
Aw.
it probably tomorrow because I've never done it. It's easy to do, but I've never done it myself.
Okay.
All right, noodles are easy.
I know.
You just can't overcook
We've been
them.
doing our Thanksgiving, our three, we three,
We
And-
haven't done one in a few years.
but we've been doing it We did we do it last year?
No.
We did it 2 years ago then.
We haven't done it since I was in my last relationship.
Are you sure? Because I remember doing it at your place now.
No.
No, it wasn't on that place.
I'm picturing the other one.
Yeah,
aren't I?
yeah. It was. I was at the one before.
Okay.
So it's been a few years.
But yeah, like we used to do it, annually since we moved here in 2013.
Yep.
So, and then we
I
stopped
think
for a couple
we
years.
Stopped, yeah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, we've been
That'll
living
be
here
fun.
for a long time.
Yeah.
So let's move on. Let's move on from that. What do you want to move into?
Let's
since
talk
we-
the NFL since we're hitting the weekend.
Yeah. The first off on fantasy, I won.
I'm gonna lose.
You're gonna lose. Alex is
It's a nail biter tonight.
It is a nail biter.
It's all going to depend on Lamar Jackson and his tight end.
yes.
Who do they play tonight?
They're playing the Rams
Okay.
or the
Uh-huh.
Chargers. Rams. It's the Rams.
Oh,
It's
by the way,
Rams,
did
yeah.
the Packers win?
No.
No.
Yay!
So
They-
let's talk about notable things in the NFL.
They
Yay!
got whooped.
So
Whooped.
the Patriots won again, and Tom Brady is still terrible, but they just keep winning.
Yeah, it's their
It's
defense.
the defense.
Mhm.
They're stinking good. They beat the Cowboys.
Is it 13 to
the-
9 or something?
It was a really low score.
Snooze fest.
I think it was actually 20-9 because I think the Patriots got a late touchdown.
Let me get the scores
But
up.
the conditions, it was windy, it was rainy, it was like 38 degrees, just terrible. You get that in Foxborough in late in the
Yeah, it was
the year.
rainy.
Oh,
It was
New
so
England?
bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. They're 10-1, and then the Sunday night game was the Packers and Niners, and it was at San Francisco, and they killed the
They
Packers.
killed it. They killed it. I'm very happy about
Aaron
that.
Rodgers was terrible.
Mhm.
It wasn't even a good game to watch because it was just a blowout. They won like 38-7, I think,
Yeah,
or 9 maybe.
it was. They didn't have a touchdown.
38-8, 37-8,
I'm looking at
because they got a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. The Packers did.
I'm looking at something else for some reason.
Why?
My phone is slow. 37-8.
I said that.
And I was gonna look at the standings, but my phone is being stupid slow. I was gonna see. I think the Vikings face them in a couple weeks, actually. So I'm
The
actually kind of
Packers?
scared. No, well, yes, of course the Packers, but the 49ers, I believe.
Ooh.
I don't think they do.
Gosh dang it! I'm looking.
Okay. Well, so anyways, with the Packers losing, does that make
They don't.
what?
They don't play 'em.
I
No,
didn't think
they don't
so.
play 'em.
Oh, with the Packers losing, does that make Vikings out of the wild card and into the?
They're tied right now. The
They're
Vikings have
tied?
to beat the Packers at the end of the regular season
Uh-huh,
in order to be ahead of them,
uh-huh.
which is possible.
Which makes them.
Number one in the
In the
NFC
division.
North.
Yeah.
And they would be getting the first week bye.
Woohoo!
Mostly.
Well,
Mostly. No.
no,
That's not
The
necessarily.
Niners and probably whoever comes out of
The Saints.
Yeah, that's possible.
Yeah.
It can because the bye is not going to come out of the NFC East. It is probably going to come out of the NFC West, which is San Francisco. So you either have the Vikings or the Saints, whoever wins or has the best record out of those two divisions, because it won't be the NFC East.
No, it looks like it's still looking like the Eagles still have a chance because they're 5-6.
They're
and the
not going to
Cowboys.
get the bye though. They might
No,
win the division.
They
but
might
they're
get
not gonna
they might get
first
the
round.
wild card. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because right now it's looking like the Cowboys are 6-5. And
Well,
they're doing terrible.
I don't think the wild card is going to come out of the NFC East because you still have the Seahawks. If the Niners win the division, the Seahawks are right behind them.
Right. So yeah, we talked about this last week. Nothing's changed. They're
Not
still
really.
the same.
You know what Josh was saying while we were watching the 49ers?
What did he say?
He's like, "Oh, look, it's Jimmy Good stuff."
I just kept on saying it,
He
even though
did.
I know it's Jimmy Garoppolo, but it's just
I didn't even say it. He's like, "Look, honey, Jimmy Good stuff's on
so
TV."
you watched that game?
she
I watched-
falls asleep to football.
Well,
That's-
I was sick too.
Yeah.
so that's okay. We had a fun time watching sports all Sunday, and yeah, it was. But nothing else really came out of the games.
The Browns won. They've won like 3 in a row.
Dude, they were like
They
40
beat the
to-
Dolphins.
They did.
That's-
Can we? We don't need to praise that.
No, but I mean they did win. But
They
they're
scored a
still-
lot.
Pretty sure they're still under
On the
500.
Dolphins.
They still scored a lot.
The Dolphins are the second worst team in the NFL right
Is it
now.
Bengals?
Bengals have not won.
No, they have not won.
They're not going to.
Oh, dang.
They're done.
So even the Redskins have won 2 games, and the Bengals are 0 and whatever.
Well, then the Redskins are tied with the Dolphins, I believe.
Yeah.
Because they're the same. So they both won 2 games.
Okay, so really, I mean, who gets the toilet?
Brett,
Yep,
for
probably.
sure.
All right, Brett
Because
gets,
you would beat him on points.
yes.
Because right now, Brett, you
You're
got
at,
like,
like-
what, 58 or something?
Yeah, it's bad.
What the heck?
Half my starters are on bye.
Yeah,
and
my whole bench is
then
on
even
bye.
Russell Wilson, who gets me good points usually, he didn't do all that well. So
I actually officially won.
of course it had to be the week I went up against Shane, who can't shut up when
No.
he's talking shit.
You still have one player. You have Gurley.
Yeah, but he's going against the Ravens defense, which
Ooh,
you
yeah.
just never know.
So right now for Alex, it's projected 74.4, and the person she's facing is done at 75.5.
You'll be fine.
I know,
right
but
now
I
she's
currently
sitting
only have
at-
like 40 points.
She's at 42.7. So if
So- Yeah.
Oh.
So Lamar Jackson's got to get me like
Yeah, you
30
gotta-
points.
It can
That
happen.
could be close.
But
It
I
can
have
happen.
him
Real
and my
close.
tight end.
so
And
It's
they
close.
usually give me good numbers.
Yeah,
So we'll
yeah.
see.
Yep. So Brett gets the toilet this week of being the worst at the table.
Yep.
Yep.
Take it in stride. So did you see the Cybertruck?
I did.
Yeah, we're gonna get off the NFL and talk about the Cybertruck. I'm gonna show it on our YouTube right now. So the was it Tesla's, the company, came out with the Cybertruck, and they premiered it over the week, and you don't like it.
It just doesn't look like a real vehicle.
It took me a minute to even think about like what I was seeing. Here, I'm going to pull this up on our YouTube. I'm pretty certain everyone who is anyone has seen what it looks like because it's all over the internet.
Yeah.
So there it is right there, the Cybertruck. It looks like something out of Blade Runner.
Or I think they even said they're thinking about putting it into Cyberpunk.
What?
I think I read that.
As an actual like thing?
Yeah.
No way.
I think I read that.
Oh, that's really cool. What?
I was reviewing what I was going to talk about with the reveal.
Okay. So what do you want to say about it, Alex?
So, they had okay, so the windows are metal are supposed to be unbreakable metal glass windows.
Yes.
Okay, so
I found out why it shattered.
okay. You just fucked it up.
No,
Thanks.
it's fine.
So,
Go ahead.
what they did was a man with a sledgehammer hit the sides of the truck without damaging it, but a demonstration of the truck's supposedly unbreakable metal glass windows backfired when a metal ball was thrown at the windows, did in fact break them. Elon Musk then points out, quote unquote, but it didn't go through.
Right.
So it only broke a little bit. in
Oh,
other
here's
words.
the picture.
Well, the thing is,
Brett.
it just cracked the glass. It didn't it didn't fall to pieces like when
But that's a metal ball.
when you bash a window.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, so first of all, they made this truck semi-bulletproof. They've also made it semi-shatterproof. Are they getting ready for something? Like for real? Like people are like I was looking at that, I was like, did they just make a tank for civilians?
Pretty much.
Because it's like it's got low enough, the bed is high or low enough for a 360 degree of doing a mount of a gun. I mean, it's kind of scary what they could
So-
come out with this.
What he's
No.
They could.
Yeah, but any truck. Don't you see the technicals?
I
in-
see, yeah. But
you
this
know-
this vehicle is for consumers, and it's affordable, and it's bulletproof.
So?
I mean,
do we want to talk about some of the specs on this?
Sure. Do you have the
So-
specs?
I have got some.
Okay.
Yeah. So on here, Musk has made striking claims about the truck's capabilities. Among them, he said Cybertruck would be more capable in terms of towing and hauling than the Ford F-150 and perform as better sports car than a Porsche 911. The Ford shows off electric F-150 pickup towing a freight train.
The Ford does.
Yeah. So meaning it's better than that.
No.
Yeah. And then it says the most expensive version of the truck, the tri-motor all-wheel drive, will be able to carry 3,500 pounds, tow up to 14,000 pounds, and go from 0 to 60 in 2.9 seconds, and is able to drive up to 500 miles on a full charge. The base models will have a range of 250 on a full charge.
Right, because it's like 1 battery pack, 2 battery packs, and 3 battery packs, basically.
In addition to being able to carry cargo in its bed, the truck will have lockable storage spaces under the hood and in the sides.
It's crazy.
The bed itself also has a sliding cover. Drivers will be able to adjust the ride height of the truck for when they are on the highway or off-road using adaptive air suspension system.
Wow. So it's got air suspension. It's going to go for a while, and it's also going to be like have lots of storage.
And what is the base price?
I think the original is 39, right?
$39.9,
Yes. Yes, for the standard.
and it's 10,000 more for the other one.
Yeah.
There's 3 models. I
Well,
thought.
oh wait, hold on. Oh, only about 10,000 more. Oh, than the base price of an F1 or Ford F-150, which starts at 30. The
Wait, an F-150 starts at 30,000?
I guess.
No.
That's
Well,
that's
Base
what it
model?
says. The base
might, yeah.
model.
Yeah.
Oh, the top tier is $69.9,
That's still affordable for a
Yeah.
pickup truck.
and you'll be able to choose the Tesla self-driving option for an additional $7,000.
Huh. Interesting.
No, what I saw, it was very comparable to an F-150 with
A lot of the stuff that
options,
they're
so-
talking about, yeah.
I mean, brand new trucks are not cheap.
No.
You
But
get-
they
you
are
get-
they
You
are
can get
gas
up to
guzzlers.
80 or so with a bunch of options.
Right. Yeah. I mean, you think about all the additions that people put on their vehicles, and Tesla will just have it come standard because it's Elon Musk, and he just wants everything to become one thing. He's just I don't know if I consider him a genius on this or not. It seems a little odd.
It's going to be selling starting fall of 2021.
They've already sold 100. They've already pre-ordered like 150,000. Like there's been that many pre-orders already.
That's ridiculous.
So, and when this announcement came out, people were freaking out thinking that his stock dropped like a lot. It probably did because I think that happens on every unveiling, doesn't it?
I don't know.
No.
I don't know.
I mean, I don't know finances of any like company or whatever. So, yeah, it seems interesting. But Brett, you've never seen Blade Runner.
Nope.
So the thing is, Blade Runner takes place in 2019.
Mm-hmm.
The first one. So people were comparing it to Blade Runner's vehicle, which was pretty similar. If I showed you, I'm going to show you an image real quick. So, do you have any other specs, Alex?
That's kind of really what, other than the bulletproof windows.
Yeah, isn't that weird? Like,
Yeah.
just like Elon, okay, so Elon Musk, he came out with a
And then apparently the back, the
Tailgate.
the tailgate comes down like a ramp.
oh yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
Elon Musk created a I'm not typing it right. He created a flamethrower just because. So I mean, and he had it called not a flamethrower. So I'm typing in Blade Runner car. I want to show Brett.
Literally bulletproof.
I'm typing in
at
Blade-
least
show me the
against at
Cybertruck.
least smaller firearms, including a 9mm handgun.
Oh wow, which is the most common, right?
I don't know.
Well, I'm not finding a Blade Runner car for some reason. It's not showing up. But yeah, so it looks like a Blade Runner vehicle. And
I'll take your word for it.
a lot of people are I would recommend that film if you want to watch one of the most interesting sci-fi movies of all time.
Are you talking about the original?
Yes.
It takes a special person to be able to sit down, especially right now, and watch it.
Yeah, it's a little
It's
an
very
odd
like
one.
I've not seen the whole thing. I watched like the last 30
minutes. Yeah, you
and
didn't
I was
watch-
just like, "What the f are you watching?"
Blade Runner.
Yeah.
Yep.
My dad on YouTube says Marty McFly would be happy.
Why?
Of that?
It's like a Back to the Future car.
I don't know. I don't think we want like designs like that, like it to look like a Pokemon.
I did hear.
Pokemon.
I
Have you
did-
seen the Porygon
Yeah.
meme? Yeah.
I did hear there's a stainless steel version of it, which is kind of like the DeLorean. The DeLorean was a stainless steel car.
Ooh,
Huh.
dang, interesting. Well, I mean, there's not much else to say about the Cybertruck other than it looks a little weird, and
It
the
does.
people are going to be driving it.
Maybe it'll fly into space.
Have you seen a Tesla on the road at all, Brett?
Yeah, I've seen. There's some Teslas in town.
Yeah.
They're
What
the affordable model.
my coworker has one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I see it every day.
I
Maybe
see
the 2024 version will have space flight.
Stop it! Don't even lead on with space, Alex.
We can all have cars in space.
Okay.
I'm not acknowledging any space talk when it comes to Tesla.
No. Let's move on from there. What do you want to talk about?
What's going on with Frozen? I guess Frozen 2 just came out, and
Yeah,
it
it's
seems
getting
like nobody even knew.
it's getting bad
I don't know what you're
reviews.
talking about.
I just I haven't heard anything about it.
I haven't heard box office news.
This weekend, my Facebook feed was lit with people taking their kids and dressing them up and taking them to the theater. Oh.
My
I do know a lot of
niece
people
went.
with a lot of kids, so
Me too.
Okay, so the thing about Frozen is a man was arrested having sex with an Olaf doll
oh my
in a supermarket.
god,
In a Target supermarket.
That's funny.
The man was arrested for having sex with 2 stuffed toys in Florida.
in Florida.
Yep.
The arrest happened on Tuesday, October 22nd, after he had relations with a stuffed Olaf, a sentient snowman who played the affable comedic relief in Frozen. Once he had finished with the toys, he placed them back on the shelf.
Oh,
He was arrested
not
in the
cool.
store, and the items were later found and destroyed.
good.
Destroyed. I hope they burned them, incinerated them.
First of all, why? I mean,
oh my god, I don't know. That's just
That's the worst, right?
extremely distributing.
it's really wrong.
Yeah.
Extremely
If you're
disturbing.
gonna do that, just buy it and take it home.
Yeah,
Right?
Where's the fun in that, Brett?
Guess he wanted to make a spectacle.
Was he? He was doing it in the aisles, I guess. I mean, if he was caught with them, odd. Just
I think
freaking
that's
weird.
all we gotta say about that.
There isn't much
I mean,
to say.
when you go to jail, like, what are you in for? Oh, I fucked all off.
Well, I guess you would say I was,
Public indecency.
That's it, yeah.
I don't know
Yeah,
what
but
else
if
to
the,
say
if, the
about
inmate,
that.
if the inmates find out why you're in jail,
I guess he would just they'd make
Tell
fun
him
of
where to
I
find a
guess.
carrot, I guess.
Let's talk about Disney Plus because
Since we were talking about Disney anyway.
really annoyed with this app.
Okay.
oh, you're annoyed with it?
Why?
Why?
So I messaged you guys this. I can't. There's stuff that is not showing up on my watch list, but when I search for it and go to it, it's got the check mark, and none of it's in there. And then there's stuff that's on there multiple times.
What?
Yeah.
Like you have a multiple
So like something I've put on there is high on the list, in the middle of the list, and at the bottom of the list.
maybe they just want to make sure you're gonna watch it. I guess I don't know.
It's
We are not
really
having
annoying.
any issues.
Well,
And
then again, we're not searching through our watch list at all. We're just going for what we know.
Oh, okay.
So I am able to. I did finally get stuff to resume,
Yeah.
like where I left off.
I've been doing
but
that.
it's not on the home screen. I have to actually go find it.
Right.
That really annoys me.
They need to make it so where it's a lot like Hulu or
Continue
Netflix.
watching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That continue watching list.
If they could make it like Hulu, I'd be very happy. I like Hulu's
You know,
layout.
Netflix and Prime, which is probably the streaming app I use the most,
Prime.
has a list of my everything that I'm in the middle of. If I'm in the middle of something, just right there, right, first thing.
They
you know?
said that they're going to be coming back with that or something coming out early 2020. They had it before, but apparently they got rid of it due to a glitch.
Sure.
I mean, they need to figure out how the app is going to work on so many different devices.
Say, a streaming app is nothing
Excuse me.
new. I don't understand their technical difficulties with it.
They don't have the minds that are behind the other services. Like, I mean, they could take the people from Hulu and take it. Like, they own Hulu,
They
right?
own
I think
Hulu.
so.
Yeah.
I mean, seems like they could just mirror the Hulu's functionality.
Yes, just
know?
do that.
Just paint it with Disney.
Let's take the Hulu and put it over here with Disney.
Exactly.
It's just very easy. It's so
I don't
easy.
know. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot more to it, and we just don't know because we're not tech people.
Are you caught up on Mandarin?
No.
Mandarin.
Mandarin.
The Mandalorian.
Mandarin, isn't that annoying?
Yeah.
It is. You're not caught up? Have you just stopped? Like you just give up?
I was just waiting for some more episodes to drop in, so
You want to
Oh.
binge it?
binge it a little.
The
bit.
last
No, not
episode was
completely,
amazing.
but more than one at a time.
Have you watched at least the second episode?
No.
Dude, it just gets better.
It's
like,
just, it's better. And
I
better.
am
It
annoyed
is.
by all the whatever you go to species is that little person.
we just call it Baby Yoda because there is
Baby
no
Yoda.
the actual species has not been named ever
Right,
in
right.
all of the Star Wars lore. Yeah.
He grabs a bowl. I want one. I want one so bad. You know there's an animatronic in there. Like, it's an actual
It's
animatronic.
a puppet, Alex.
No, it's not. It's an animatronic,
a
and I
puppet.
want it.
He did. Baby Yoda did a cute thing.
Okay.
He does a cute thing in like every episode. It's just like
Chasing
I don't
frogs
know.
and grabbing
balls.
grabbing balls. No, they just call him the child right now. They don't really.
Yeah.
They haven't given a species.
But that's
info
what
or
everybody
anything.
calls him is Baby Yoda.
I'll have to tell you something about the flashback that was shown in the most recent episode off the air, Alex. There was something shown that'll give you an
watch
idea.
The most recent episode.
Yeah, we're caught up. Yeah.
Well, why does she not know this?
Well, she doesn't pay attention to the small things in the flashbacks. It was pointed out to me in an article today.
Oh, okay.
You kind of get a time frame of when the Mandalorian was a kid,
Okay.
which is really good.
All right.
It really helps. So I will say I was on the fence with this show.
I didn't
want to
watch it.
I didn't either.
I didn't want to watch it at all. I was like, why are we even watching it?
But you were interested after the first episode.
Yep.
I didn't come into interest until now. Like third episode in, I'm now
But
very
this is
interested.
exactly how I felt with
What?
my favorite Star Wars film,
Rogue One.
Rogue One.
Yeah, you didn't like Rogue One
I
at
did
all.
not have any interest, a 0% to go and see it, and then I saw it, and now it is my favorite.
I can't watch a freaking prequel Star Wars movie to stay I can't stay awake.
He kept.
I've fallen asleep to 3, 2, and 1. I've had them all on.
I
Fallen
stayed
asleep
up
to
and
them.
watched all of 1, and I was like, man, this is a great movie. I don't know why everybody hates it.
No, 1 is not a great movie.
I thought it was a really good movie.
The only one that's probably watchable is 3.
3 is my favorite of the prequels, and then it goes
It's
3, 1, 2.
dark.
2 is
horrid.
It's
horrendous.
tough to get through.
Very much so. It is just the writing and the everything. It's just rough.
Hayden Christensen is just the worst.
Well,
His portrayal of Anakin in 2 especially is he's just a whiny little bitch.
he has to be though.
It's just awful.
You think about it.
At least in 3 he's finally an asshole and he's evil.
What have you been watching on Disney Plus lately?
So I watched the first season of Recess.
Okay.
I did finally watch a Goofy movie. Which
Nice.
is just great.
I love that movie.
It's very nostalgic. We watched
And
it recently, so we
what
didn't need to watch it on
annoys
Disney
me
Plus.
is I go to look for the soundtrack because the 2 kind of featured songs are actually really good songs, and they're not available in the U.S.
What?
Like, are you freaking kidding me?
Let me look it up on Spotify.
Yeah,
Let me see.
I bet you they're on Spotify.
It's
Eye to Eye is one.
Eye to Eye and Stand Out.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm looking it up.
I don't know who it's by. Eye to Eye is.
I see a playlist
Well,
here. Nope.
can you search soundtracks? Because that's what I did on Apple Music.
I could look up Goofy movie.
I think it's called A Goofy Movie, though.
It is a Goofy movie.
Yep, there's an album. So, do you know who the singer is?
No.
I don't because it was a fictional in the movie, Powerline, of course.
Yeah.
Two of them are grayed out, and I'm
Yeah.
not sure if they are the ones. One of them is called Stand Out,
Yep.
Yeah.
and 121.
Eye to Eye.
Eye to
Eye
Eye.
to Eye.
Yeah.
Both of them are grayed out
What does
on
that mean?
Spotify. It means you can't play them.
available.
Well, dang.
Everything
That's
else on the
terrible.
soundtrack is available on the Goofy.
The only other
Goofy
good
movie.
one I think is on the is Open Road, which is the one that they sing in
Oh.
the car together.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there it is on the open road. Yep, that's available to listen to on.
Well, dang. What the hell?
What the hell?
So, what else was I watching? I was watching something else.
We've been watching The Simpsons.
Yeah.
Actually
It's
enjoyable.
actually pretty good.
Like the
Yeah.
aspect ratio, I can see how people get upset because
Did you
it
start at the
does.
beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I went to my favorite episode, which is the X-Files episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one I remember, and I was entertained by that episode entirely. Like there were jokes that I just missed as a kid.
Sure.
And it's like this show.
30 years of content.
I hated The Simpsons growing up entirely.
No,
I
before.
loathe
never
it.
even attempted to watch
No, I
it.
told
Exactly,
Josh,
me too.
like, before Family Guy was on, like, that's what my brother and sister and I watched was The Simpsons.
My parents didn't let me watch it.
What?
Why?
Oh wow!
They thought some of the humor was crude.
Did you know
It
that?
is.
Did you know that Matt Groening actually had a religious message in every episode?
Sure.
So
I
therefore,
don't think they just kind of they didn't watch it first and they
No,
just
right.
probably heard the
it's just like South Park.
exact.
Yeah,
right.
South Park, there's
Way
always, like,
worse.
it's a really nasty, like,
That's a really nasty.
it's a really nasty show, but there's always an actual, like, good
yeah.
explanation or
Message.
message, thank you, at the end of it. You're like, and it's even a very adult message. You're like, oh yeah, We forget about that sometimes.
We do. Remember?
Remember?
Other than that, I mean, mainly just going back to Star Wars stuff because I'm getting ready for 9.
I have not watched a Star Wars movie on it yet.
No. Well, I mean, they have 7 on there, and they don't have 8. And the Han Solo one. Those are the only 2, which I'm okay with.
Solo? Oh, it's not because
It's not available. You can put it on your playlist,
Right,
but it's not available until
available.
next spring.
It's on Netflix.
Yeah, they have
So I actually
contracts.
started watching it, and I don't think I was in a Star Wars mood, so I stopped.
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't grabbing me, which
Yeah,
you
I'll be watching probably. Let's see, I'm gonna finish up 3, and then probably go to Rogue One and 4. I'm trying to watch all of them before 9, so we can have our aftercast on it. We got to
Mhm.
talk to Andrew about that,
Mm-hmm.
so we can get a day set in stone, a month ahead of time maybe. But yeah, I mean that's pretty much all we're watching on Disney Plus. So,
Mm-hmm.
what do you?
Do you want to move to the fan topic?
Yeah. So this
No, I think we should do the movie club first
movie club and then fan topic.
because we're talking about movies.
Okay. So what the movie club is every single week we come out with we suggest a movie for the 3 of us to watch, and you guys can watch it as well. And we talk about it in depth. Spoiler alert. So yeah, this week we did a movie called Coherence, which came out in 2013. I want to say a couple things about this movie first of all, before you go into anything about whether or not you liked or disliked it. This movie did not have a script. This movie had a 12-page outline, and all of the actors are improvisational actors.
I knew it.
All of 'em.
It seemed very
Yeah,
improv.
that makes
Yep.
sense now when I think about just how the conversations go.
Mhm.
Because I told Josh while we were watching, I was like, "Wow, this seems like a very real conversation.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like not scripted."
Budget was $50,000. Go.
So my first thought is in the first 15 minutes or whatever is like, these people are having dinner together. They don't seem to even like each other.
No, they're all like very.
They're all taking like
on
passive
edge.
aggressive shots at each other.
They are.
Because they're all on ketamine.
Well, no, they aren't.
They
They
aren't.
all have history, as
Yeah.
you realize throughout
Yeah.
the film.
I know.
Like one of them slept with another one slept with another one, and one of them's dating another one. And
Can you read the synopsis real quick?
Absolutely. So I'm going to go to the plot here. 8 friends reunite at a dinner party one night in California when a comet passes. And that's just the basis of the synopsis. Then it goes into depth on the plot. So basically you've got a couple that invites 6 friends over, and then a comet passes, and then suddenly they have an interdimensional
It got
existence.
really weird. Like, it was almost difficult to follow.
Yeah.
Um,
I had to read an article on everything that happened
Yeah.
because I couldn't figure out what happened.
towards the end, or almost at the end, I figured out what was happening. Is
Mhm.
there's basically they're in the house.
I love this.
Multiple versions of these people in the house.
Yes.
Basically,
And they
this.
They go through this dimension portal, I guess, and each house is a different set of them.
It's basically saying different realities.
And they figured out a way to mark it so they know when they're back to the one that they were at.
And that's not always true either.
Okay.
Because I actually read that there was one where they had the blue glow sticks,
Yeah.
but they weren't the same people. They actually were a different group of people. So people would split off into 2s and 3s, and those people would be the ones that there was one original person, and that was the main character, Emily.
The girl.
And someone on a website nicknamed her Emily Prime.
Emily Prime. Nice.
Which is a inside name for a short that we watched that Alex and I love called World of Tomorrow. Recommends watching that. So yeah, main character Emily, she figures out that she's the only person. Everyone else has been off and not knowing who they're from and what reality they're from and stuff
It's a
like
very
that.
difficult movie to explain what's.
I can read the entire thing.
Don't read the entire thing.
So the friends realize that the other houses are alternate realities than theirs, just by glow sticks and by the numbers that they did on the dice and by the random object that they put in the box to kind of mark who is who.
It's a very messed up movie, and it's kind of hard to follow.
It is hard to follow.
The first time they bring in the box and they have the numbers in the picture, I'm like, what what is going on?
Right?
You know?
It's like they already had a photo taken of a guy who didn't remember getting the photo taken. I was like, so that's weird. And they're like, oh, does that mean it was taken at the door? Because they were pointing at the door.
Right.
And then suddenly it's like, no, this was taken in a different reality, just in a different spot.
At a different time.
Same sweater.
So it also made me think, I'm like, well, are we watching the same house the whole movie, or does it
You're
jump
not.
back
You're
and
not.
forth?
You're
And
not.
I figured that out
Yeah.
towards the end. I'm like, okay, we're at a different house.
Because the numbers were different colors
Yeah.
and different numbers entirely. So
Yeah.
the main thing is what you're trying to get is everyone is going to be thinking the same on how to mark their territory by the numbers with the dice, the marker, who wrote it, and the numbers on the back of the photos. And all the photos were the same too.
Yep.
So it's just a lot of stuff to take in at once. It's a hefty movie.
I didn't really know what to make of the ending either.
It's,
Right.
Yeah,
There's-
I don't know.
So here's your last final spoiler warning. There are 2 Emilys in the reality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how it ended.
That's because the comet exploded and she got stuck in the reality she wanted, but she thought she killed
The happy reality
her
is
happy
what
reality.
you were seeing, because that reality had not had the power outage, so they were not fighting.
And that's when she's going around looking at windows. She was looking for the one she wanted.
Yes,
Yeah, pretty
she was
much.
being picky and like, well, I guess since I am no longer at the house that I was, might as well find my happy place.
Yeah.
So
And then she didn't kill herself in that dimension.
twice. She had
Twice?
2 opportunities. I said to Alex, like, could you kill yourself? Like if you went into a different dimension and you knew you were there and you could take your place, could you do it?
Boy, that's
What did I
quite the-
say? Did I say yes?
You didn't really give me an answer. You said, I
Oh.
don't know. I don't know if I could do it.
Yeah, that's very weird. Very
Yeah.
weird to even think
That's a
about.
really tough question to even say without,
know.
give an explanation. Could you kill your one being that's you in a different reality?
So I could take its place.
So you could take its place.
Eh.
Right?
So then the movie
Excuse me.
ends with she sees her boyfriend outside. It's
Mhm.
daytime now, and he gets a call and he's like, "Oh, that's weird. It's from you." And he answers,
And it is her.
and it is her. And then he just looks at her like, "What the hell is happening?"
Yeah.
And then it's just over. And
Yeah.
I'm like, well, kind of would have liked to see what happens next.
It's a good open ending.
Yeah.
But, I mean, so if someone were to take this movie, remake it with a script with a bigger budget, could it be any better?
I like how
I
it's
don't know.
made.
I think it plays out fine.
The only thing I couldn't wrap my brain around was that dark area they were talking about, because they could never show it. They
Right.
never showed it because the budget didn't allow them to have that CGI budget
Well,
or
and it was
whatever. Camera
basically
tricks.
it was under the guise of the power's out, and there's only 2 houses with power.
2 houses in
Two
quotes.
houses.
Right.
Because it's basically like you go through a reality,
it's
you
a
go through
mirror.
reality. Yeah.
They said when they walked outside they could see it. It was like 2 blocks away,
Right.
so they could see
Yeah.
through the portal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just a messed up
very
movie.
interesting. How'd you come across that again?
Through a meme app that I go to called 9gag.
9gag, that's right.
Yep. Let me see what I had on my notes here. What I liked about it. The premise of the film was pretty interesting.
The intense moments kind of early in the movie,
Mhm.
that I was like, ooh, what's going to happen here? That
Right.
was kind of interesting.
Right. You want to elaborate on that?
Well, before you really know what the heck is going on, all you know is that the power goes out, and then there's loud knocks at the door, and they're getting freaked out. Like one guy grabs a bat like he's gonna bash somebody, and one of the
They say people are walking up to the house.
people are walking up the house, but the guy writes a note to go leave on the other house, and the note shows up on their
That gave me
door.
chills like right
Whoa,
away.
what is happening here? Then
Right.
That's when you realize, okay, it's gonna get real weird. Because the note is exactly the same.
Yeah, it was just tough to know what was exactly what was going on, because the camera zooms were just a little too much for me. Very independent, very Blair Witch-like. Like this could have been a documentary style and probably would have been better. Like instead of it being a one, like the camera that was being done wasn't being styled as a documentary. If they could style it as one, I probably would have accepted this movie a little bit more. I don't hate it, but I don't love it. It's a good movie.
It was worth watching.
It was a worth watch.
Apparently,
yeah.
if you watch it multiple times, you get different like thoughts.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind watching it again just to
see
pick
how
up and see what I missed.
Yeah, it's just the neighborhood and the camera angles were just tough to visualize. Thinking of how to outsmart yourself is a very tough task.
Yeah, it is.
Thinking outside the box is something I'm sure all of us do regularly. So yeah, Emily trying to find her happy reality was something I think I would do. Like if I were to discover, okay, well, I'm obviously in a reality that I might not enjoy, or maybe if I'm stuck being out of my reality, might as well find the one that I'm happy with.
But that also requires you to kill yourself.
Or we can come to a deal. Okay, you hide in the closet this time.
Feel like a multiplicity,
right? Yeah, it's kind of what just happened. Is a multiplicity thing happened at the end, which is great. That was a fun movie as well. What else did I write? The dimensional travel. Yeah, just a 12-page outline. Every single day they were given what they were going to talk about, and they had to improvise on it. So that's kind of crazy with this kind of movie. You just don't expect. There was no film crew either. No additional film crew other than the director. And
did it say how much it made?
It only made 100,000, a little over 100,000 in the box office. They did, they doubled their budget.
Yeah, but that couldn't have had a major release though.
No, and it wasn't very prominent in the mainstream. I found that it's an independent film. Yeah. So and that's just, it's kind of like we just took another Blair Witch and made a whole nother movie out of it. Kind of thing. So
only it didn't hit mainstream media.
Correct, because it was probably too weird for mainstream audiences. Do you have anything you want to say, Alex? Looks like you're waiting to say something.
We've got a couple comments on YouTube.
Yeah.
First off, we've got Juice in the morning with us.
Hey, what's up, Juice?
He said studio looks nice. Happy birthday, buddy. Hope you don't feel old yet.
Oh, 32 is fun.
32 is fun.
I've only been there for a couple days. So.
He said sounds like a good stoner movie.
It's a movie.
No, I could not watch this movie drunk because I would get angry.
Yeah, I was like, if I was under the influence of
on.
anything, I would probably just go to sleep because I'd probably lose my attention.
think you have to be coherent to follow it.
I love that. Yeah, it's a movie that's just, it takes your brain and puts it on the floor.
And then you sit on it.
And then you sit on it.
And then you bounce on it just a little bit.
Yeah, it's like, okay, what's this all about?
Yeah.
It's hard to wrap your brain.
No, let's go ahead and move on to the fan topic.
The fan topic.
I got to pick a movie.
Yes, you do.
Okay.
Yes, you do. We're moving ahead, Alex. You're getting a little too excited.
I'm going with the Disney Plus movie, and I got a choice for you.
Okay.
Either Sword in the Stone,
which I have not seen.
Josh has not seen it.
Or Iron Will, which you both haven't seen.
I'm going to watch Sword in the Stone.
Okay.
We were going to watch it over the weekend.
Yeah, but we didn't.
Because he didn't want to.
Okay.
So no, we have to make two.
Sword in the Stone. Now, I don't want anybody being like, Josh, you didn't have a childhood.
Brett didn't have a childhood.
I don't know about that.
Wait, which one of you hasn't seen Mulan?
I don't think I've seen it front to back.
I've seen it.
You've seen Mulan?
Yeah.
Okay, then it's you. You've never
But
seen
I didn't
Mulan.
see it until like a couple years ago. So, I mean, I'm kind of like, I hadn't seen The Little Mermaid until you and I were dating.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
So, I mean, if you think about that, it's not my parents' fault. I mean, they had so many other Disney
I wasn't
movies.
saying it was your parents' fault. He automatically went to, it's not my parents' fault.
Okay. It's not
I
like they were.
think Juice is saying Iron Will, so I will put that on the back burner, and it won't be an option. So.
Okay.
What is Iron Will about?
Iron Will, I told you this last week. I don't know. It's a dog sled race, and I think it's in the 40s, and it goes from Canada to St. Paul, Minnesota, and it's very good.
That was your first movie, right?
First movie I watched
Disney
on
Plus?
Disney Plus, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, G says that you knocked that pun like a home run.
Yeah.
Coherence.
You had to be coherent.
That's the title. You got to be coherent.
Gotta be coherent. Okay, can we move on now?
Yeah, so weekly topic. So we try to do a topic of the week. We also have to discuss what our next week is. And Alex, you wanted one thing to be. I think we might have to do two because we gotta get into the item of the decade, like your items of the decade
but
too.
I have a good one.
So I'm just gonna list those off after we talk about the topic of the week.
Okay.
So This week we had, Alex didn't get it on social media until like 4 o'clock in the afternoon today because she was sick all weekend. So this week we had the question, what is something that you do that you think is weird? Now, you can talk about your daily task entirely, like, okay, well, I do this one thing that I think that it might be a little odd. I'm going to give one right off the bat so that way you can kind of just put yourself in the shoes. I have to walk while on the phone. I have to. I cannot be sitting. I have to be walking, either pacing in a circle or I have to be moving of some sort. When I'm at work and Alex calls me, I'm walking in a circle in our conference room. When I'm on the phone at home, I'm always walking around.
He's not in the same room as me. He
Never.
will like go to the other side of the house and then pace.
Yep.
That's weird.
I walk in a pattern.
Like when we were living in our old place that had an upstairs, he wouldn't even be downstairs. He'd go upstairs opposite of me or go downstairs opposite of me and then walk around.
What do you mean opposite of you?
I don't know.
I have to be alone.
He has to be alone when he's on the phone.
Yep.
Okay.
And I have to be walking. My brain does not work.
It's really weird.
So that's something weird. That's something I think is weird. I have a whole list of other things that I can say, but I'm certain.
Are there things that you think we do that are weird?
Like you guys?
Yeah.
Do you want me to point out weirdness right now?
Yeah. That's the whole part of the conversation.
You drink milk
with a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
That's okay. No, you with Flamin' Hot Cheetos.
Yeah, I do.
That's weird.
Odd.
No, it's
You also
it's
eat
yummy.
Doritos or Flamin' Hot Cheetos with a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Yes,
Can't
that's
do that.
No, that's okay.
No, you can't do that.
Why
no.
not?
Peanut butter and jelly sandwich is a
Dude,
loner
that's
sandwich.
that is like a
Oh,
really
no,
great
no.
snack is a big cup of milk and a full bag of Flamin' Hot Cheetos.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
Okay, that's weird, but any
No, it's
sandwich
not.
needs chips because you got to break
Nah.
up the consistency.
He
Not with
hates
peanut butter and
having
jelly.
chips with peanut butter and jelly.
Not with peanut butter and jelly. Any other sandwich, yes.
So like a lunch meat.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Yes.
I don't know. I would.
I
still
can't do
it.
sweet with spice and salt. Absolutely not. That's
Yeah.
just weird for me. But you do it.
I don't eat peanut butter because it sometimes it gives me heartburn.
Peanut butter gives you heartburn?
Yeah.
I mean, that's not
I haven't gone back to.
that's
it in a
not
while,
normal.
so I could try it again, but
I mean,
the
yeah.
last few times I had it, it was giving me digestion issues.
Yeah. Do you have any Brett, you said you couldn't really you're not certain.
So I guess because I don't think they're weird, it was hard to think of stuff. But
Yeah.
what I do that could be weird is when I occasionally will talk to myself and the responses I have to myself are movie quotes.
That's actually funny.
Yeah.
That's actually funny.
Talk to yourself.
Okay,
movie
if
quotes.
If I'm by myself, and
Yeah.
I'm just
I
like,
mean, who doesn't
just talking.
I talk to myself sometimes.
I mean, I guess I talk out loud, but I don't think I like talk directly at myself.
Yeah.
that's
When you-
actually
when you live alone.
you kind of got to put yourself on the spot here. So it's kind of like I don't know. I mean, I've got if you want to really like go into it, I will start counting or put a song in my head and I cannot stop until I get distracted. Like, for example, I will have a part of a song stuck in my head and I'll continuously have it in my head and I won't stop until I get fully distracted. Or I'll count. Like if I'm walking, I'll count my footsteps sometimes. Then it just keeps on going in my head even when I stop.
Yeah, that's a little weird.
It happens. I don't know why. My brain just keeps on continuing.
Okay.
Do you have some something of yourself, Alex, that you think is weird?
Well, it's like the one thing that everybody's pointed out, and they're like, "You're weird," and it's one of my phobias.
Yeah, styrofoam.
Yeah, I've seriously met like 3 people in my whole entire life that have the fear of styrofoam.
But your fear is the sound.
No.
What?
No, it's sound is number 1.
Wait, are you afraid of it or you just not like it?
Discomfort.
It causes me severe discomfort.
Like
I don't
nausea.
think that's being afraid of it. You're not.
I'm going to see
like,
what it is.
If you put a piece of styrofoam in here and lift you in here,
Then
we'll
it would make
close
me.
the
It would.
door.
I would actually say I'm scared of it because I'm actually afraid that it would make a sound or touch me.
Oh my god.
So yes, I'm afraid of it.
Okay, that's weird.
I'm looking.
It is. I know it's weird. When someone else doesn't have, like, when I've met so many people, and then especially, like, because there's boxes that come into work all the time, and if they have styrofoam in them, like, so that I have to lift out of the
Alex,
box. Oh, my God.
Would you rather touch a
Ugh.
tarantula or a styrofoam cup?
A styrofoam cup.
Okay.
No, but if you were to put a tarantula inside of a box, like, that's a huge deal.
I have one about the two of you.
Okay.
Uh-oh, what did I do?
Oh no.
I think it's a little weird how codependent you two are of each other.
I don't.
You think that's
I
weird?
do.
Brett, we've known each other since we were 13. When he
That
is at
does-
work,
that-
I need to have him here.
That's what I mean.
Uh-huh.
It's weird that you can't do your own thing. I think you can a little more than her,
I can.
but you are especially bad.
Aw.
Bad is the wrong word. There's nothing wrong with it, but I just think it's kind of weird that you can't enjoy your own time.
I can enjoy, like, I've told him before, I can
An
enjoy,
hour?
like, yeah,
Yeah.
an hour of my time. And when he's not here, I just get, like, this, like, depressed, like, I don't want to do anything.
See, it's almost unhealthy.
I don't know. It kind of is. But
What is a
I'm
day?
not complaining.
Okay, but here's the thing. When is a day that he is home alone that I am working all day? None.
No.
So he doesn't get to experience
Well,
that.
Saturday mornings.
yeah.
By the time he's up and moving around, I've got
I
like
stream
a
at 9 a.m.,
He
Alex.
gets up early on Saturday.
Okay, but he's got something to keep his attention.
That doesn't matter. That's
the
still
fact that you can't is weird. It's like you don't have your own life almost.
Maybe, I don't know.
This is therapeutic.
It is.
Do you know anybody?
That's inseparable.
Yes.
No.
Like, okay then. So
Well, Alex and I we're a different couple.
yes.
I mean,
agree.
people have pointed this out. They have done it numerous times, saying you guys are basically we are that niche couple that agrees on so much that lives each day for each other. I guess I don't know.
I
Yeah,
don't know.
I think that's a good way to. I mean, it's.
I don't think that it's bad.
Oh, I'm not saying that it's bad, but
He's pointing it out.
I'm pointing
it's
it out.
weird.
Hey,
I
when
don't know
I'm
if-
at work, I miss him, but it's not the same as being home alone. Like, it would be 10 times worse if I was home alone and had no animals.
Okay.
I guess so. When you say you're home alone because he's working or whatever, why can't you enjoy the time that you can do what you want to do?
Because I would much rather be doing what I'm doing with him.
Aw.
I know that sounds like very awe-like, but I'm being serious. Like, we enjoy doing things together.
This right here is is exactly why I say you cannot possibly relate to my situation.
A lot of your situations in general. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Well, because Alex and I, we first of all we have someone to talk to when.
Juice says Brett's therapy quarter.
I guess.
I mean, Alex and I, we have such an agreement on most of everything. I mean, it's
I don't even think it's agreements because even when we fight, we
agree.
Y'all don't have like long ass fights that last for days though.
It's
And
been,
even when I've seen you fight,
It's
it's
been a
over.
long time.
it's been a while.
It's pretty much over. Like you're not really fighting. It doesn't.
We
last, is what I'm
argue.
saying.
I think we don't really. I don't think we really fight. I think we've been together so long that something extremely serious has got to happen in order for
Yes.
us to have a fight.
I would agree.
Because I think we've been through.
We've been through the petty arguments.
We've been through that, but we've also been through a lot of fights earlier on that couples probably would have had and split up, and we
Yeah.
ended up just getting through it. So
No,
now
that's-
it's just kind of
That's good.
I guess, but I mean, I don't think it's weird, or I guess I've never had anybody point out that it's weird.
No,
think you've had it pointed
I
out
guess
before.
my point is that what's weird about it is that you just don't see couples like that anymore, really.
No, and if
Like even couples that have been together for a long time, they aren't like you guys.
right, like I'll watch like if
I feel like couples that are like us. Honestly, I know like one other couple, and they're younger than us, but they've been together since like 8th grade,
Yeah.
9th grade, and I feel like
I have
they
no idea
are
who that is.
they are very much they can be very independent. Like
Yeah.
they're very much like if you were to meet them, they're a lot like
The
us.
opposite of you.
Well,
No, but they are when they're separated, they are not. Oh my god, like I don't know. They're not as codependent at us. Like
In
they
social-
can have completely different lives and then be together.
in social gatherings, Alex and I are separate. We're not together ever. Like at our Halloween party, we're never together.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're in the same house.
Right, but I'm saying like we don't.
You're not
We're not attached.
attached to the hip.
No, No, we're not. Like, we actually separate to make sure everyone else is being involved.
Yeah.
And
That's like the one time that you and I separate from each other is like when we have a get together.
mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
I don't know either.
Like we've always done that. Like our whole lives, whenever we're with friends, it's kind of like I'll see you at the end of the night.
yeah.
Like that's just how it is.
Well, you don't never come back to each
No.
other.
No, but it's like even if we do, it's like a quick like hug.
Making
hey,
sure everything's okay
Yeah.
and checking on each other's sobriety.
That was the big one. That's the big one.
like, oh, you've got the hiccups. No more for you.
Yep. Or Alex says I make that face.
Oh, Josh makes a face, and then I'll tell him no more. Yeah. So, but other than that, yeah, I'm like, that's really the only time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
pretty much.
Yeah. We've got a few comments.
Okay.
We've got Juice saying, to be honest, it's cool. There are a lot of people that are envious of your situation. My personality is way too independent, and my wife is closer to Alex. But I think it comes from the fact that you have been together for so long. Good for you two, though. Rock it, and you and you do you. I think that's what he meant. And even if it's weird,
Even if it's weird,
we're just weird. That's all.
make sure you clear your throat more.
I think there is something to the fact that you got together so young, is that you never really established
Independence.
I lived on
Yeah.
my own.
Yeah, but
Okay,
you were never.
he
you were
lived on
never
his own. Guess who
it-
did his
it wasn't the
dishes and his
same.
laundry?
Exactly.
And
Come
You
on.
never lived on your own.
guess who
Give
folded
me-
your underwear?
Give me a break
You
here.
didn't even do your own laundry.
I did.
No, he did it. He still has to ask. Wait, I was so proud of you. Though. I'm gonna do a wife thing here.
Okay, go ahead.
We now have a washer and dryer for the first time ever.
Uh-huh.
They're
It-
easy to run.
Well, laundry is
He
easy.
even if I've told him to go to my mom's and do the laundry, I'd still get a phone call. Do I do it hot or cold, or do I do like he just because I do the laundry?
Wash everything on cold.
I do it. Yeah, I pretty much do everything on cold unless it's all whites.
Yeah.
But like Josh is like he didn't even have to ask. He actually started it up and did it all by himself.
So you did laundry here?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's like a big deal because
Oh my gosh. I did
Oh,
some
but
laundry
I
on my
will-
own
can I
when I
pick
lived
on
on my
you?
own.
Can I pick on you,
I'm
though?
sure. Why not?
Okay, so you know
I'm
what he
being
did-
picked on already. This is the pick on Josh show.
You know what he did do? That's kind of like a. I'm gonna pick
You
on him because
shrink
I'm his
something?
wife.
Go ahead.
He had to ask me how to turn on the shower.
Turn off the shower.
Turn on the shower.
Off.
Oh no, off the shower.
Off.
He had to
Turn the shower off.
Yeah, he was
Why?
in the shower and he didn't know.
I haven't run our bathtub
You
yet.
haven't taken a shower?
I
She
started
starts it
Oh.
because we shower together.
Which is also weird.
Why is that
Why is
weird?
that weird?
Because nobody does that and nobody does that on a regular everyday basis. Nobody.
Oopsies.
We shower all the time
And
together.
I think the reason why is because, usually somebody is not under the water getting cold.
he doesn't care.
That he's cold?
I get in first, and I get warmed up, and then eventually, and if he gets in first, then I have to wait for him to be done with.
Are we
his-
going to talk about our whole shower
No, I'm
method right
serious,
now,
I'm
Alex?
Like we have
Yes.
a
Yes.
we have a method here, so that way one of us doesn't get too cold.
Go on.
Keep
One
it
of us
going.
gets in first. We don't get it at the same time, and then we give each other a couple minutes to go under the hot water, and then one of us starts our routine, which is like washing the face and the hair, and then if you're doing that, then you're not standing under the shower head. The other one's enjoying the hot water, and then when
Yep.
you're ready to rinse, then that person exchanges, and I go to the back and I start my face washing my hair and stuff, and then he's rinsing off, and then I get under when I'm ready to rinse off. Like
This is so
we work in a cycle.
Nobody does that. I promise you.
I can
Nobody.
take a shower on my own. I swear. I can do it on my own. I can do it all by myself. It's okay. But
now,
I'm
all right,
just
here's
saying.
the deal: we don't wash each other.
No.
Okay.
Unless it's sexy time. We're husband and wife. It happens.
know.
It's not like we're freaking prudes.
Stop it.
Yes, but shower,
It's not as good.
no.
Hi, Dad. We're gonna derail the pod. We haven't even gotten to fan comments of the weirdest things that they've done.
Oh, this
Excuse
took
me.
a wrong turn, but it was
No,
a-
it's
a good
funny.
thing.
No, it's not. I can
man.
see myself on
This
YouTube,
topic
and I'm
turned
really
into
red.
why Josh and Alex are so weird.
Yeah, right.
Who picked this topic? by the
Me.
way? You did.
Yes.
That's your fault.
It is a little bit. So I will say that although Alex and I are a weird couple, I mean, I can do independent things. She can do independent things.
Yeah.
We just don't do
Just
them
choose not to.
that frequently.
But to tell you the truth, all right, you think that out of the couple though, out of us, guess who is more independent?
Well, I would say probably you, but why? I mean, the way you phrased that, you said it sounded like you wanted me to say you.
What?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I'm the more independent one.
Why? Why do you think that?
I'm waiting for her to answer.
I think I am. Like I take charge of all of like
You do the budget.
I do the budget.
That's
I do
not
the,
independence.
It just means that she stays.
I take care of
That's not independence.
No, I do all of the housework and the bills.
You don't do
and
all the housework? Give me some credit here.
BS. You took out. All right. What did I do all day today? And being sick. And guess what? He came home and he took out the litter box. Thank you, by the way.
I worked all day.
Wait a
Excuse
minute.
me.
That what you're describing is not independence. That's just like
Chores.
doing stuff.
That's not independent.
No.
That just means you take care of stuff. We can both take care of ourselves.
I take care of myself and him, so that makes me independent.
It's a wife's duty to be a nurturer already anyway.
Yeah.
I
So-
mean, it's not a duty. It's like an instinct.
It is. Yes.
Yeah.
So immediately as soon as I was sick, she was already like, okay, here you go. Here's this
Sure.
and this. And automatically giving me any, like, helping any ailment that I had. And except for when I stubbed my toe on Friday night, you laughed at me and I broke my little toe. I was like, oh, it hurts.
Okay.
You're like, ha, ha, ha.
You want to know why that was hilarious? It's because he was trying to feed Nymeria up on the cat pole in the dining room, and she thought it was chase me time. And she parkoured off the back of the couch down this hallway, and Josh went to go run after her, and as she parkoured and flew, he went to go grab her and ran into the wall.
I kicked the wall.
And fell down.
Oh, goodness.
So it was like him chasing Nymeria, and her was like, woo, and you just hear whack.
Every night she thinks it's playtime when I'm trying to feed her. I'm like, no, you're hungry, child. I'm trying to feed you. You have
She
nothing
just
in your
goes
food bowl.
into this poof run.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
so anyways, let's go actually
other
into the
weird stuff.
fan comments.
Fan, yeah, we got to get the fan stuff.
Excuse me.
Oh
let me take a sip of water.
man. I know one of them that I asked one of my coworkers. It's like, what's something weird that you do? And they say that they rehearse their order in their head a few times before ordering. I mean, that's
like to a
T, like-
server or
Yeah,
a
yeah, like-
drive-through.
both.
Hmm.
Rehearse it
That's
in your head,
interesting.
like to make sure you don't get it wrong. I think that's just social anxiety right there.
Yeah.
Could be. Or fear of miscommunications.
Yeah, because I mean that can happen all the
Oh, yeah.
time on
Oh, yeah. Human
on-
error.
Yeah, pretty much. Alex, do you have any of our social media up?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
First off, I'll go ahead. Juice had just left us, but I'm gonna go ahead and read his comments. He had said on our social media, my wife thinks it's weird that I put peanut butter on one piece of bread and jelly on the other. In my opinion, it's not weird and it's the right way to do it. Oh, and I eat chips and salsa with a nice cold glass of milk. Dude, that's exactly what I do, and that's
Gross.
amazing. And why would you think that's weird to put peanut butter on one
Yeah,
side and jelly on the other?
I agree. That seems fine. 'Cause-
How is that an issue?
Yeah.
Well, no, because think about it. If you peanut buttered both breads, then you got a peanut buttery knife. You're gonna stick it in the jelly.
You get a paper towel and just wipe it off.
Yeah, I mean,
No.
you could, but
You peanut butter one side, and then the rest of it you put on the other slice of bread to clean it off. Then you have a clean
that's
knife.
what I'm saying.
Then
you
you
don't
do the
mix
jelly.
you don't mix them.
No,
I mean, in
Agreed.
jars. You don't put a dirty.
unless you
Or
get the
a-
stupid goober stuff that's
Yeah,
mixed.
but
Disgusting.
who would ever do that?
Gross.
I guess the only weird part would be: are you eating a peanut butter and jelly sandwich? Like, are you eating peanut butter on one slice and jelly on the other
Usually
separately?
Take a bite, unless you're smushing them together, that's fine.
Like, do you not
Nobody
smush
does
them
that.
together?
You gotta smush them together.
Absolutely.
Because that's
Although,
weird.
I don't eat jelly on my peanut butter sandwiches.
You don't eat peanut
That's
butter.
weird.
Well, I haven't lately. but-
You never did PB&J?
No, I never just. I just liked the taste of peanut butter, so I thought, well, I'll just leave it like that.
I
Okay.
love peanut butter and jelly.
PB&J is my go-to.
I
That's
love
what
it.
made me
And
fat.
I eat chips and salsa with a nice glass of milk. I love eating chips and salsa with
The
milk.
only things that you can have with chips and salsa is a soda or water. You cannot have
I also
milk.
like having
What
a
about-
peanut butter and jelly sandwich
what
with
about
chips
beer?
and salsa.
Oh, yeah, beer. Yeah, that's carbonated
No,
beverage.
that's
Absolutely.
disgusting. Beer's gross.
Beer? No. Get out of here with that. Beer's great.
No,
Well-
I don't think that that's disgusting at all, Juice.
I like beer, but is it great? Probably not.
No,
But, you acquire taste.
I could actually go for a beer right now.
Yeah,
to
I
be
haven't had a beer
honest.
in a while.
Same, yeah. So
Okay, we've
Go
also
on.
got for tonight's topic, my dad commented. He said, whenever I watch old movies that have animals, anything more than 25 years old, he said, I get sad because the animals in them are all dead.
whew. Unless it's a turtle.
I guess I never
Or a
really thought
fish.
about it like that.
Yeah.
Have you? Do you think it like that?
I'm going to now.
I guess I don't watch
Guys,
enough live action.
I'm sad to say Old Yeller really is dead.
Okay, yeah, of course
Long
he is.
dead.
Lassie's been gone
Man, I
for
didn't-
years.
Oh my
Just
God,
think
everybody at
about
Homeward
any-
Bound is
Just
dead.
think about any 90s show that had a dog in
Think
it.
of Dr. Doolittle from the 90s.
Yeah.
Probably all those animals are gone.
Airbud is dead.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's gone. Oh, yeah. absolutely.
Everybody's dead.
Wait, isn't Airbud from another, didn't they use that golden retriever for another thing? Didn't we find that out
He's
recently?
still dead.
No,
Yeah,
but
he's got to be gone.
No, but wasn't that dog using wasn't he Comet in Full House?
Oh, probably.
Oh,
I think
yeah,
so.
yeah. We
because we
figured
watched
it.
the
He
Bob
was,
Saget
Yeah.
Hot Ones,
Oh, yeah?
and
Ooh,
he
I should watch that.
yeah, Bob Saget's hard to watch when he's not being scripted.
Speaking real quick of Hot Ones, I've
Yeah.
watched the one with Gordon Ramsay. Have you seen that one?
Yes,
Yeah,
it's my
Oh my
He's
favorite.
God.
insane. He's
just-
literally
he
insane.
swears. Every sentence has an F-bomb.
It does.
It's great.
Yeah, he's a swearing guy, but of course he could also be comedic. You
Oh,
know,
yeah. Oh, yeah.
to be
Yeah,
that
now I'm
way.
thinking about all of the
You brought the
shows.
showdown, Jeff. Way to
You,
go.
you ever see Dunstan Checks In?
Yes.
That monkey's
The
probably
monkeys.
gone.
Well, he's a
monkeys
chimp.
live forever.
He's a chimp,
Yeah.
so he might be still.
Oh, that means that
Yeah.
probably. Well, you never know. I wonder if the chimp on
I'm gonna look at the average life of a
on,
chimpanzee.
I don't know
Rock,
what it
on
is.
Rocket Man,
Oh, yeah.
Ulysses.
Ulysses, that's a great movie.
Yeah, we were actually just talking
Wonder
about
if
that
that's
at work.
on Disney Plus.
Josh, have you seen Rocket Man?
Rocket Man?
Yeah.
Yes.
Harlan,
yes.
Harlan Williams.
That one is a weird. Is that the one where he's farting?
Yeah.
It wasn't me.
It wasn't me. What do you mean it wasn't you? We're 35 million miles from the nearest person.
Chimpanzees live for 39 years.
Oh, so he might
average.
still be alive.
That's actually not that
Is
long.
Rocket Man on Disney Plus?
I believe so. Let me look at Disney Plus because I have it right here. So,
It's Disney, isn't it?
yes.
Yeah.
It is.
I know it might be on Hulu. It's one of the two. I think I've seen it recently.
I think I have it on disc.
Do you?
Yeah.
Why would you buy it?
I love that movie.
No,
great.
it's
It's a
terrible.
great movie.
You know it's bad.
It's
No.
a bad movie, but it's funny.
I'm surprised you've actually seen that, Brett.
Yeah.
Are you sure it's called Rocket Man?
Yes, it's called
I'm
Rocket
positive.
Man.
Let me just. Okay. The Rocketeer is, but not.
Dad
Rocket
says
Man.
you're welcome, Brett.
So it must be on Hulu. I think it's on Hulu.
Cool.
It's not the Rocketeer because we were having this conversation on Tuesday last week at work. We were discussing Rocket Man, and someone was like, "Oh, you mean the Rocketeer?" I was, no, Rocket Man.
Okay.
And we were trying to explain it, and they looked it up. They're like, "No, it's Rocketeer." I said, "No, it's Rocket Man."
So The Rocketeer, I have seen that, but
It does
I
not
just-
hold up.
I have not. I've seen it once or twice, but
I've
it's
never
a
seen it.
long time ago, and I have no idea what it's about even.
Never seen it.
I
And I
don't-
just
I don't
wonder if
think
it's
I've seen
way
it.
too late to see
I
it.
think so.
Because those live action
I
films
bet it
that.
doesn't hold up.
Yeah, I'm getting.
Iron Will though, that holds up.
Yeah.
Anyway,
There was something else I was gonna say that I do. That's weird. Oh, speaking of that, my dad's comment reminded me. So things that I do is weird, which you guys could probably relate to it. But if we watch a movie and a human dies or gets tortured, I
Oh.
can watch it. But at the
If an
moment an
animal does.
animal even they look at it to torture it or think any mean thing about it, I can't watch it at all.
the one thing that gets me
Like
is
I
when,
will turn my head.
when they try to close the human's eyes. You can't do that. You can't close a human's eyes when they're dead.
No,
You can't do
you're-
that.
so-
Stop it, Hollywood.
you're-
Don't do it ever.
they will not stay closed. It's a volunteer or
Voluntary muscle, right?
Yes.
for dramatic effect.
I hate it. It really just takes me out of the mood because I know for certain it can't be done.
Yeah.
You
There is a
cannot
lot
close
of
human's
movies
eyes when
being in
they
the
do it.
medical field now that I
what
can't watch.
bothers me in movies is when someone's dying and they actually close their eyes.
Yeah, you can't do that.
That really annoys me.
Well, I'm sure that when you die, though, actually, no.
I'm just thinking of Dark Knight Rises.
No.
When
You don't close your eyes unless
What's
you're
her
already
name?
sleeping.
what's her name? Talia. When she dies, the worst death ever.
Probably.
If anything, I think your eyes kind of get big.
They do.
Yeah.
They open up and
Your pupils dilate. Yeah.
Wow, we're getting on to death here. Let's just not.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, anyways, but yeah, that's what I'm saying is when if we were gonna watch anything where a human or something's getting blown up or killed and whatnot, I'm like, oh god, that's scary. But I'll
Oh,
watch
God.
it.
He
But
blew into
no,
pieces.
but no, like if we're watching like Pet Cemetery.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then like the cat gets like ran over or whatever happened to the cat, I don't remember.
It obviously did.
Well, I didn't watch it. Like I have to like cover my ears too. Like I can't hear a dog whimper from being like shot or stabbed or
Right.
kicked or we were watching our
This
our
isn't
movie.
weird, by the way.
Our movie.
What?
Radio Flyer.
Okay.
Yeah, and he like
when
hurts
the
the
dog-
dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't watch it cuz he whimpers and stuff.
At
Like I
least
can't
the
watch
dog
that.
Didn't die. What about John Wick?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no, I can't watch that scene where the dog gets killed.
And
I
you
can't. I
hear
have
him-
to
you
plug my
hear him yelp.
ears. Yep.
Yeah.
can't
I gotta
do
watch
it.
those
And
movies
it
again.
was even worse because he was a pup.
Yeah.
I haven't
Nope.
watched 3 since it came out.
Gotta watch them again.
I own it.
Like it will tear me to pieces. Like if I were to do that.
All right. Do you guys want to get off of this topic? And
yeah, that was a good one. What's the next topic?
Well, I want to go over what we're going to be going over here in December, starting next week. So you guys can decide here right now what one you want to go, like your top 5 of the decade from 2010 to 2019.
This is not going to be easy.
Top 5.
It's not going to be easy.
I already have mine written. Top 5 films, top 5 TV, which the TV series did not have to premiere in this time. It had to have at least been new episodes aired.
Okay.
Top video games, and I haven't really done a 4th one. Alex said memes, but you don't know memes very well.
Not really. No.
Well, can we just make that like an internet category? Like
Yeah, we can put that on our social media.
I want to make an example, but because it was stuck in my head, but I
No,
don't
my
want
eye
to
is
because I'm
twitching.
gonna get that already gives it away. So I'll discuss it like after the podcast to kind of get.
Are you
him
going to
in.
ask
Yeah.
people to do a top 5 or their favorite? Because
We can
getting
probably
people to do a top 5 may result in less responses.
just say a favorite. I mean, for them, but for us, we can do our top 5s
Yeah.
because we have the list in front of us ready. I mean,
Mhm.
so what do you guys want to do first?
Are we just gonna do week by week, like
Yeah,
one
once
topic?
a week. Once
oh.
a week. Because then we can kind of talk about those items.
Oh. I don't care.
Yeah. You guys want to do video games first?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll do video games next
We'll do
week.
video
Top
games.
5 video games of the decade. So, yeah. And then you had a fan one, Alex.
I do. Yeah, because it's interesting, and I feel like we'll get quite a bit of response because I feel like there's
Okay.
our demographic that we're aimed at. I feel all has at least had a job at some point.
Well, let's hope so.
Yes. Okay. So this week's fan topic is when you got your first job. What was your minimum wage, or what was minimum wage, and what did you get paid?
Oh. Okay. So what was minimum wage and
I think the more important part of that topic is what was your first job?
yeah, that too.
All right.
'Cause
What was
otherwise,
your
you're
first
just
job?
kind of it's just a
First
night,
job
Okay.
and pay.
bam,
Yeah.
and it's over.
But I also want to know just because minimum
Well,
wage.
I mean that's fine, but make it both.
First job.
What was your first job? Because some people may not. I started working when I was technically like 13.
Okay. What was your first job, and what was minimum wage?
And your pay.
No,
Mhm.
not your pay. Just what was minimum wage.
I mean, okay. Depends on if you were getting paid minimum wage. I mean, some people do.
Yeah, maybe you didn't start out making minimum wage, is what
Yeah.
he's saying.
Right.
Okay. Well, then what was your first job, and how much did you get paid?
Sure.
Yeah. I mean, and minimum wage.
Oh, well, minimum wage has not changed.
It hasn't really changed
Well,
much.
it did change because when I started working, it was at 5,
Yeah.
it's like
it-
5 and a quarter.
Mine was 5.15.
and now it's up to 7 something.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
7 and a quarter, I think.
that'll be next week's topic
Okay.
as well,
All right.
along with top video game of the decade. So, what do you guys want to move on to? I mean,
We
I
got
don't
time
know.
for one more, really.
One more item.
Oh, can we do something fun?
What?
Can we do the Florida thing?
Yeah, I don't care. It's fine with me. I mean, we're pretty much sitting at most of our stuff on our show notes have gone over. So, what is this? in
Okay.
Florida.
All right. So, Josh, this happened on your birthday.
Yay!
A Florida dog put a car into reverse and drove it in circles for nearly an hour.
It's like that cart at the airport.
No, yeah, I've seen that. What?
It happened in Port St. Lucie, Florida.
Lucille, maybe?
Lucie,
know.
Lucie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's Lucy. What?
Yeah.
A car in reverse,
Yes,
going in circles.
At first, like the people thought, like they said, at first I thought I saw somebody backing up, but then they kept going, and I'm like, what are they doing? And then it was a dog in the car. The cops came, and then the fire department. Authorities watched from a distance as the driving dog did donuts. Finally, the vehicle hit a mailbox and some garbage cans, then slowed down. They opened the door, and the dog watched as the cop watched as a large black Labrador hopped out of the driver's seat.
Brett, that would be your spirit animal.
I
don't give a crap at all.
It turns out the dog's owner, who asked to remain anonymous, had left his car running in the street when the dog changed gears and didn't stop driving for almost an hour.
Oh my gosh!
How did the dog hit the brake and get it out of gear?
I don't know.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I can't imagine. It depends on where you have the gear shift too.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's on the steering wheel, you can easily plop it down with a paw.
But you got to have the brake on.
And you also got to pull back
pushing the brake.
Yeah. How old is the vehicle? I mean, what?
It doesn't say what type of vehicle.
Really?
Very strange.
No.
Well, I'm sure the guy would want that to remain anonymous because he doesn't want.
No, there's like one like still picture of the dog in the driver's seat.
Just a real basic photo. You can barely tell.
You can barely tell, but there is definitely some ears.
Well, he broke the law. He wasn't wearing a seatbelt and
nope.
knocked over a mailbox.
Probably doesn't have a driver's license.
Probably doesn't have a driver's license
Well,
either.
okay, so at the end of this, the cop was like, for one, I'm impressed. For two, they should give that thing a license.
How did it go for an hour? An hour is
It says an hour.
How do you not stop a vehicle? Like, it can't be going fast.
Well, I wouldn't think so. You think you could just run up to it and open the door while it's in motion.
Yeah, right? I mean, I that's stupid. How can someone not just, like, turn it off? I mean, kill the car. It's really easy.
Left his car running in the street when the dog
Shoot the tires.
changed gears and didn't stop driving. The dog changed gears. How? How?
If it's something that's on the console where you do a shift real simple.
Oh, like maybe it's
Could've
like a
been-
newer car. Like, you know how my mom's van is got the shifter up here?
No, but
that
that's
doesn't
a dial,
change
isn't
the
it?
fact that the brake has to be pushed.
That's the one
Maybe
thing
he
that
figured it out.
dogs don't have that intelligence level, Alex. I'm sorry. No.
So
He's probably
you
going
just-
for a booze cruise.
You had.
Fine. What?
It's just weird.
Let's move on.
How can we put this into yeah.
Let's move on.
So,
Yeah.
anyways,
Okay.
Close it out.
my dad says older cars didn't need the brake push to move into gear.
Really?
So
My
it might be an
97
older-
Grand Am did.
Well, my 93 Grand Am did.
Yeah, see?
I mean,
so
here, look. All right, here's the car. It does look a little older.
that looks like a Buick or a Toyota. It's hard
So
to
I'm
say.
sure there's video because there's video of the cop walking up to the car,
Yeah.
but yeah, I haven't watched it.
So you want to get out of here? You want to get out of here?
Get outta here.
Okay. So I am a Twitch streamer, guys. Don't know if you know that. If you guys ever want to follow me on Twitch, I do stream Tuesday and Wednesday evening and Saturday morning. My Twitch handle is twitch.tv/Mr. L. Alex bought me Luigi's Mansion 3 for my birthday, and I've been playing that. Started that on Saturday. First Luigi's Mansion game I've ever played, and I am having a blast with it, man. Nintendo knows how to make
I
their...
got scared.
I jumped once!
I was in the other room and I could hear him go, ah!
It's because I was looking through a telescope and a ghost came at me.
He's
Lu-
like, not funny, not funny.
So Luigi's Mansion is basically like Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
It's just great. You suck in ghosts and that's basically the
Big
gist of it. You
swing.
smash them on the ground, and yeah, it's a really fun game. I do recommend it to anybody who's a Nintendo fan at all. Like, I've never played a Luigi's Mansion game ever, and it never really appealed to me until I saw this most recent one, and it got like a 9 something. Like, most people are rating it like really high up there. So been playing that. I've also been playing Minecraft, and I've also been doing Rocket League. So if you guys ever want to check out my Twitch, please do so.
All right. I'm also a Twitch streamer. My Twitch handle is twitch.tv/cute_kitty, KUTEKITTI. I have not streamed for a week because I've been ill. But I streamed today, and I streamed some Call of Duty Modern Warfare, and I kicked just a little ass.
Just a little bit.
Little ass today.
Yeah.
It's amazing. So I got back into that, and I streamed for a few hours. So that's all I've done this week. But I stream on Saturday, Sunday, Monday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Saturday and Sunday, and 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Mondays.
Yep. So if you guys want to check us out on our audio apps, we do do our podcast audio, and that comes out on Tuesday morning. So make sure you guys check that out. If there's anybody who gives us a phone call on our podcast phone line, you guys can do so as well. And we can always put those on our audio apps. So make sure that you guys do check that out. We do thank everyone who has been joining us for our YouTube. We do appreciate all the comments, and we do see you guys saying stuff. So we thank you guys very much for joining us as well. If you ever want to check out our social media, we are on Facebook, which is facebook.com/PTOUnlimited. Instagram is PTOUnlimited_podcast. And we are on Twitter, which is @PTOUnlimited. If you want to follow me on Twitter, I am @Lemke619.
Brett_Wings.
Q_Kitty.
On a final note, I had a dream last week that I got a dachshund.
Really?
You did?
And he or she looked just like Layla,
Really?
but way younger.
Aww.
Aw.
Really?
It briefly made me consider getting a pet, but that's over.
I
But
think
that's over.
I think the only thing you would do, Brett, would be either a cat or a fish.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want a cat, and a fish is boring
Why not cat?
because they're assholes.
Mm.
And I
Maybe
don't-
is not an asshole.
And that's
We
true.
got lucky with
I don't
her.
want a litter box in my house.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
He just doesn't want. He would much rather pick up the shit and not throw out the
And
shit.
I don't want to do that. So that's the reason.
Well, guess
why
what? If you
my
get a
house is
pet,
pet free.
Everything has to pee and poop.
If
No.
you get a kid,
Which is why I don't
everything
have
has to
a pet
be-
in my house. Because
We're-
I'm not doing it.
I don't know why we're
You can go back to the 70s and get a pet rock.
you can get back. You can do it today if you wanted to.
Yeah, just go out in the yard.
We don't need to bust Brett's balls for wanting to be an independent man who don't need no animal.
I don't.
Yeah, dogs are hard to train too. I mean, Alex and I were
You
just
don't want to especially get one right now close to the holidays, especially when it's getting colder.
right.
Because it's very difficult, especially if you get
House
a
train.
dachshund, to house train
Yeah.
a puppy.
Well, and not only that, like you just got to think about all the extra stuff that comes with it. Some people just think that they can just have it for a holiday and
No,
just give
there's
it up.
spaying,
It's
neutering,
bad.
vaccines. Like
Yeah.
it's
Absolutely.
It's a big commitment.
it's
It
a
is.
very big commitment.
It is. Do not get it for your children unless you think that they're for sure going to help take care of it.
Well, and I just
Don't think that your children are going to take care
help
of it.
take care of it.
I just don't get emotional attachments to pets like most people do. Makes me sound like a cold-hearted bastard. but-
Kind of.
Maybe you haven't had one long enough to develop a
No, I had
relationship.
a nice relationship with my childhood dog.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
You seem to have a good relationship with my animals.
well, that's all that I get it through that. So I don't.
You see Layla jumping in here. You've been over here every week for 3.5 years, and she still barks when you walk through the door. But the moment you sit down, she's all like, wiggle, 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 wiggle.
Yep,
Did you guys
she-
know Brett's here?
Yep,
Yep.
she does. She
All
does
right.
that.
So let's get out of here, guys. We do appreciate you guys chiming in and joining us live. We'll catch you guys next week for episode 188. You guys have a lovely Thanksgiving. Don't
Yes,
eat too much
enjoy
turkey. Or do eat too much turkey.
Do.
Do.
Do it.
Bye, guys.
Bye.